Welcome to the day 4 of the rapid revision session. So, in this session, we'll be discussing about the Karnaugh maps, right? So, last session, we discussed about the Boolean laws. So, Boolean laws were used to solve Boolean equations. Now, Karnaugh maps also can be used to solve the same type of equations, right? Now, same type of expressions. All right. So, let me draw a Karnaugh map first. So this is what a Karnaugh map looks like. Like normally, this is what a Karnaugh map looks like. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, and then 0, 1. All right. Now, before going to these rules, let me just go with this Karnaugh map thing. All right. So let me just explain it a little bit. So in a similar way, while we are using the while we were using the Boolean laws, but the thing is now when it comes to Boolean laws, it will try to give the minimum, the most simplified expression, right? So in the previous session, we simplified all the expressions. So while when we are using Boolean laws, it will try to give the most simplified expression, but it's not 100% correct. That's okay. So the thing is, when it comes to Boolean laws, we are not exactly sure whether it is the most simplified version. Sometimes, most of the time, okay, 90% of the time, it will give the most simplified expression, but sometimes it might fail. But when it comes to the Karnaugh maps, we are 100% sure, okay, it's far more accurate than the Boolean laws. Using Karnaugh maps, we are 100% sure that we can get the most simplified version. Now, when it comes to the exams, sometimes they may ask you to simplify the expression in Boolean laws. Sometimes they ask you to simplify the expression in Karnaugh maps. Sometimes they ask you to, either use one of them. You can use one of them, you can choose one of them and solve the expression, right? Now, sometimes even they ask you to do both as well, okay? They even ask you to do both and compare the, final answers. Now, when it comes to the Boolean laws, guys, you have to remember remember the laws, right? Students, so last week, not last week, in the last session, I explained all the laws, so you have to remember them. But when it comes to Karnaugh maps, you don't have to remember the law. There's no law in here, but still, you should be pretty accurate, because sometimes you are not even sure whether you got the correct answer, right? Sometimes you might have gotten the wrong answer, but you are fully confident that you are correct. Okay, so that's the problem with Karnaugh maps. You have to group them properly. So there's a part called grouping. The grouping should be done properly. All right. So when you are filling this Karnaugh map, especially this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, you can fill it in other ways as well. But the thing is, there's one rule. The rule is when we are going from one place to the other, okay, so from 0, 0 to 0, 1, only one bit should change. So when we are moving from this to this 0 has become 1. Okay, so that particular only one position has changed. When we are moving from this to this 0 has gotten 1. So 1 is remaining in here. So only this particular position is changing. When we are moving from this to this 1 is changed into 0. So if we draw a Karnaugh map like this, now let's say I'll write it in the same place. Now let's say we fill it in the same way that we are filling the the truth tables. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Now what's the problem here? Now In the first case, of course, it's okay. So 0 is changed into 1. But when it comes to the second case, what is happening? 1 is changed into 0. 0 is changed into 1. So two positions are changing. Now that's the problem. If you do it like this, you will get a wrong answer, wrong simplified answer. Okay, the answer will be completely wrong. Okay, so remember there will be several combinations. Ekeka combinations in Puluwa. Okay, let's do a combination that we can create. Now, don't use this combination in the exam. Okay, use only 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. But let's say there's another combination like 1, 1. Okay, change this. I'm going to change this position. 0, 1. Okay, so in the first case, it's correct. All right. So let's move to the next one. 0, 0, and then 1, 0. So this is correct. So in this way, if the Karnaugh map is there, still if you fill the Karnaugh map in this particular method, you will still arrive at the same simplified answer, right? So only one position must change. All right. So that is regarding, just drawing the Karnaugh map. Okay. All right. So let's go through these laws one by one. These rules, there are a set of rules which you must follow. All right. So the first rule, so in the first rule, it says we cannot group ones and zeros. Now in the Karnaugh map, so Karnaugh maps can be, if there are two inputs, it will be like this: A, B, 0, 1, 0, 1. If there are three inputs, it will be zero 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 one 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 zero zero one. Right? It can be to the other side as well, downwards as well, right? Zero 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 one 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 zero. All right. Then A B C D 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. All right. So this is how the Karnaugh maps will be drawn. Okay. So this is for 4 inputs. Those are for 3. This is for 1. All right. So first rule, cannot groups ones and zeros. Now let's say uh, take something like there were something like this. Okay, we cannot group these two. Okay, these two cannot be grouped. That's wrong. Okay, we can group ones, or else if there are two zeros, we can group them together. If there are two ones, we can group them together. But this particular thing is wrong. Okay. The next one, we cannot group diagonally. Diagonally in the sense, lamai harahata group karanna baha. Mehema tibbot. Right? මේ විදියට diagonally ඇලේට group කරන්න බැහැ. Right? Then group should be in sets of 1, 2, 4, 8. Right? එක්කෝ මේ එක group එකක one particular group can have just one. මෙහෙම එක්කෙනෙක් ඉඳලා ආයාව group කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay? එයාට කියන්නේ වෙන කවුරුත් නැත්තම් group කරන්න. Okay, single one can be there. දෙන්නෙක්ව group කරන්න පුළුවන්. Or else it can be 4. Or else මොනම් 8ක්ම ඉන්නවා නම් 8ක්ම group කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම නිකන් අපි uh, let's say 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, so we can group this together. We can group 8 together, right? Okay, then one group have its should have its maximum possible. Okay, now let me erase this. This looks ugly. Let me draw it once again. Okay, so let's say this was this. Okay. Now we cannot group like this, which is wrong because it should have its maximum. Maximum in the sense මෙහෙම. මේ කට්ටිය මෙක්කෙනයින තමයි. So මේ හතරම එකට ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? We can take groups of 4, right? So this is wrong, this is correct. Then next one, even one square can be considered as a group. We can consider one as a group. One square which has been already grouped can be grouped again. Now, let's say there was one here as well. We can group it like this. So this one is considered in both the groups, right? Methana group which yatat group vela it's fine. Right? We can take any amount of squares from another group and make another set of group. Okay, but still it should be 1, 2, and sets of 1, 2, 4, and 8. Minimum amount of groups should be made. Okay, minimum amount of groups should be made. Always, when we are filling the Karnaugh map, we should make sure that the minimum amount is grouped, right? The minimum amount of squares are chosen. So we should consider it. Now, sometimes students mistakenly what they do is they group more. For example, sometimes they doesn't see something and they, now let's say there is one here. You group it like this, okay, but this is wrong. Okay, now let's say you group it like this. Now the problem is you can still group the whole. Okay, no, sorry, this example. Okay, what else we can? All right, let's erase this for a while. Okay, so let's say there was 1 1 here and this was not there. Okay, let's say that it was there. All right, so something like this. Okay, so what you all can do here is, okay, when we are grouping it, now one thing is when you look at this particular one, y'all can group it like this, right? So how many groups are there? 1, 2, and 3. Now that is enough, right? From 3 groups, we can, from 3 groups, we can complete everything. Now that is correct. But what if you didn't see this particular one? Okay, you missed it. You somehow missed it. And you group it like this. All right. You first of all, you see this. Okay, there's a 4 here, there's a 4 here. Okay, you group it You group it like that, and then you see these two as well, and then you once again group it. Okay, now what has happened? 1, 2, 3, 4 groups are there. Okay. Now, what the problem is, you have considered a group which is not needed, right? This particular group is not needed. This is a common mistake that students make. They doesn't see the most simplest group which is possible. They group it with someone else, and then once they see it, they make a separate group. And now the problem is there are too many groups. So with this, you won't get the simplified answer, right? You have an extra group which is not needed. So be very careful. So that's why I'm saying Karnaugh maps. If you get it, if you group it properly, you would get the most simplified answer. You would get the most accurate answer. But if you mess it up, you won't even know it, right? You won't even know whether you got it wrong. Okay, you will be fully confident, right? So that's the problem in here. Then even as a cylinder we can group. All right, so this particular uh, thing, okay, even as a cylinder we can group. What does that mean? Okay, now before doing this, let me take a paper and show it to you all. Okay, you all can see this, right? Okay, now let's say I draw a Karnaugh map in here. Just okay, just an eight squares. Okay. Now let's say I put an x here. Not an x, sorry. Uh should be one. So anyhow, yeah, one here and then one here, one here, and one here. Now these two, now let's say there is a Karnaugh map like this. Now these two doesn't meet together, right? They do not meet together. They are pretty much separated. But the thing is, students, the cylinder example is when you turn it, when you make it a cylinder, you get both of them together, both four squares together. So you can make a one single group out of it, right? So that's what it says. So if you have something like this, okay, okay, you can't group it separately. You can't group this separately. This is wrong. This answer is wrong. Okay. It should be one group. You should consider it as one group. So how are you going to mark it? You're going to mark it like this. Okay. Imagine it's getting turned. Okay. It's getting turned and then making a cylinder. All right. Similar thing, if there is something like this, right? So you can group it like this. Okay. And also, if there are ones on the four corners, if there are ones on the four corners, if there's something like this, you can group it like this. All right. That is also a 4 by 4 square. That's a 4 unit square, which is just one single group. So remember the rules, students. You can practice it, practice some questions, practice the questions, and then you will get used to it. Okay, Karnaugh maps are very easy. Okay, you just have to get the group in right. Okay, so I think let's move to the questions. Then with the questions, you will get a more of an idea. So I'll erase these rules all because I need some space. Right. Okay, so now let's see the first question which I'm giving is A B bar C plus A bar B C bar plus A B C. All right. So this one you have to solve it using Karnaugh maps. So there are three inputs. So three inputs will look like this: A B C and 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1. All right. So in order to make it easy for y'all, y'all can write it on top, right? For example, if it is 0, that is A bar. If it is so B bar, here it's A bar, this is B. Then here A, B. There's no bars, there's no zeros here. This is A and B bar. This is C bar, C. Okay, so in order to make it easy for y'all, you don't have to write it. If y'all can, process it in your mind, it's fine. Okay, what I usually do is I write it. Okay, then A, B bar, C. This is the position. A bar, B, C bar. This one. A, B, C. This one. Right? So, what are the groups that I can create? So, this is one group. Now, this one, of course, I cannot join it diagonally. Diagonally join karana. So, that is a single group. Okay. So, the simplified expression is, so this is the SOP students. Okay, I explain that particular part as well here, right? We are getting this SOP expression since those are ones. So when we take this first group, the common thing for both of them is A, right? So these two columns, the common one is A. B is changing. Here it is B, here it is B bar. So just the common one is A. We are writing it. Then for this one, the common one is C, right? Plus. Here, of course, we cannot simplify it further. So the answer is this, right? So this is the simplified expression which we are getting. Now, if they ask y'all to write the POS, they asked it. One time they did ask it. So since these are ones, all the others are zeros. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to group the zeros. Group karannonilama is zeros. Now, what are the groups that we can create? Okay, so this one is there, this one and this one. That is it, right? Can we minimize it? No. So this particular group this particular group, and then this one. Okay, now don't worry about these ones here, so don't worry about them. Okay, now we are writing the POS expression. Now there is a difference in here, right? Now the common one for these two is the common one. These SOPs and POS students, I'll explain it more in the, we have to standardize it. There is a bit of a standardization and stuff. I'll explain it to you all in the next session, in the session 5. So anyhow, SOP in the sense sum of products. Sum of products. Products. ඒ කියන්නේ ගුණිතයන්ගේ එකතුවක් කියන්න. POS කියන්නේ product of sums. කියන්නේ එහෙනම් plus වෙන්න ඕනේ මේවට. So the common one is A, right? So we write A. But the thing is, instead of A students, we should put A bar. අරකේ අර උඩ ලියාගත්තේ opposite එක තමයි ලියන්න ඕනේ. A bar කියලා. Then plus here the common one is C bar, then the answer should be C. Then we are going to the next group. Here both of them are common. So A plus B. So in here there are bars, but we should put without bars A and B. All right. Then we move to the next group. Here the common one is A bar. So instead of A bar, we are putting A. Instead of C, we are putting C bar. Okay, so that is the answer. That is the POS expression. Okay, if anybody has a difficulty in understanding this SOPs and POS, if you need a further explanation, I think y'all can go to my previous channel and check. But if you need a much more further explanation, okay, y'all can comment on the video, and then I'll upload another one, okay, regarding this. All right, so since it is a rapid revision session, I'm not going to go deep into these basic things, but still. All right, so next one, A bar B plus AB plus AB bar. Now there are only two inputs in here. A and B, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is A bar A, B bar B. So A bar B, this one. A B, this one. A B bar, this one. We can group them together. Okay, so first one, so we are taking the SOP here. So first one is the A is common in here. A common, A is only common, right? Then for the next group, B is common. So this is the answer. POS expression is this one. We will be getting the same answer because since it is a very small one, POS will be also the same because now, okay, so it's a single group. So A bar, instead of A bar, we are supposed to put A. And then for the other side, we got B bar. Instead of B bar, we are writing B. So, in that case, since it is a very small one, we are getting the same answer. Then let's go to the third one. PQR plus, y'all can, same as the session which is done previously, y'all can pause the video, do the questions, and once you have done, you all can check the answers, right? All right. So yeah, the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So PQR 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. This is P bar Q bar. This is P bar Q PQ PQ bar. This is R bar R. So PQR is here. PQ bar R bar is here. P bar QR is here. PQR bar is this one. Then PQ bar R. PQ bar. Yeah. So how are we going to group it? So this particular four straight away I can group it, and then these two. So SOP is, so in this one the common one is P. The bottom, of course, there's no common. They added a common and me horizontally only there's a common one which is P. And then plus, then we are taking the second group. That is the common one is Q, right? Q and then R. So this is the SOP expression. Now let's look at the POS as well. So we can group these two together. Now, normally students, they don't ask you all to take both of them, SOPOPOS, but be very careful. Huh? Just read the question properly. Sometimes they're asking for the POS and you are getting the SOP answer, right? So be very careful about that one. So the common one here is P bar. So instead of P bar, we are writing instead of P bar, we are writing P. Then R bar is common. So instead of R bar, we are writing R. So in this particular group, the common ones are P plus Q. So this is the POS expression for that. So some students find Karnaugh maths very easy, right? Than the Boolean laws. So it depends on you. Okay? It depends on you. Personally, for me, I prefer the Boolean laws because I don't actually prefer, drawing squares and stuff. But some students find these Karnaugh maps very easy for them than the Boolean laws. Okay. Then fourth one. Okay. A B C 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. A bar B bar A bar B A B A B bar C bar C. So A B C, this one. A B bar C bar, this one. A bar B bar C, this particular one. And then A B bar C, this one. Then A bar B C, this one. All right. So how are we supposed to group it? So we can group all of these four together. And then there is another one like this. So the SOP expression is here when we consider this one, both A and B bar are common. And then when we consider this from horizontally there's no common one, but C is common. So this is the answer. POS expression. POS expression. Now all these are zeros, right? All these are zeros. So we can have two groups like this. So let's take the first one. The common one is A bar. So instead of A bar, we are writing A. And then instead of C bar, we are writing C. Here the common one is B. So instead of B, we are writing B bar. And still C is common. So this is the answer, right? So please, students, so pause the video, do the question, and then check your answers, right? All right. So let's move to the fifth one. I'll be doing 10 questions in this particular session. But if y'all need practice questions, okay, if y'all need questions to practice, please, y'all can put a comment on the video, or else, you can message me. Uh, Commenting on the video would be much easier. But so anyhow, let me know if you all need more questions to practice, or if you all need me to explain further on this. Okay. Okay, so fifth one, A, B, C, D plus A, B, C bar, D bar plus. Okay, so now there are four inputs in here, right? So four inputs there. And also students, these 10 questions. So I have structured in a way where y'all will be learning something new in these questions. So y'all can, you don't just look at, you don't have, if you don't have time, you don't have to watch the whole session. I mean, like completely, but still look at the questions and the answer at least. Okay. Uh, okay. A, B, C, D. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. So A bar, B bar, A bar, B, A, B, A, B bar. C bar, D bar, C bar, D, C, D, C, D bar. Okay. All right. So then A, B. So first one is A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D is here. Then A, B, C, D here. A B bar Z bar D. This one. A bar B bar C bar D. Here. A B bar here. Okay, so how are we supposed to group this? First thing is, okay, this particular one and this one, that is one group. This one group and this one group. Okay, so SOP. Common one is A. The common one is A, and then other side Z bar, T bar. Then this one, the common one is both of them, right? So common one is B bar, common one is B bar, and then here C bar D plus we have to write A, B, C. So this is the most simplified expression, right? Okay, so if you are writing the POS of this one, so that would be somewhat, yeah, you have to, there's a lot of gas. Okay, so in this particular one, how are we going to group it? Okay, this one is there, okay, then this one is there, right? And then this particular one. Okay, now, all right, so this one and this one. Okay, there are how many groups? A lot of groups are there. Okay, let's take this complete one. So C D bar, so that would be C bar plus D. That's one. This one, A plus B bar. Okay, then these two and these two, that's one group, right? So that is B bar, then that's B, and then C bar. Okay. Then these two, A bar, that is A plus C plus B. Then this one, common one is B, that's B bar, then C plus D bar. Right, so that's the fifth one. So that's the fifth question, right? Okay. So I'll erase this one, right? Let's move to the sixth one. XYZ bar plus X bar Y plus X Y bar. Okay, now in the next session, I'll explain to you all the, I'll do it in here as well, but I'll have a much proper explanation on the standardization of the expression, right? Standard form. So in order to draw a Karnaugh map, the expression should be in the standard form. Now the problem with this is, this one doesn't have an Z, and also this one even doesn't have the Z. Now, we are unable to draw the Karnaugh map because Z position එකේ value එක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ, whether it is a bar or not. So we cannot complete this. Now, what we can do is we can standardize this. Now, how are we supposed to standardize? So, Z plus Z bar plus XY bar plus Z plus Z bar. Now, is there anything wrong here? මෙහෙම දැම්මකින් අවුලක් වෙනවද? ඇයි? Z plus Z bar කියන්නෙත් ළමයි 1 වගේ නේද? We have learned it in Boolean maps. We have learned Z plus Z bar is equal to 1. So instead of now 1 is remaining, now just imagine that there's 1 here. So instead of 1, we have put Z plus Z bar. There's nothing wrong here, right? We haven't added anything new. It's just the same thing. අලුත් දෙයක් එකතු කරේ නැහැ. හරි. Why? So we can simplify this. Okay. And also check whether there are, the same thing is being repeated anywhere. If there are duplicates, you all can remove one. Okay, idempotent law ekapachikala, you all can remove any duplicates which are there. But in this case, of course, it doesn't seem like there are any duplicates, right? Okay, so now you all can draw the Karnaugh map. So x, y, z, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, x bar, y bar, x bar, y, x, y, x, y bar, z bar, z. So x, y, z is 1, x, y, z bar is 1, x bar, y, z is 1, x bar, y, z bar is 1, x, y bar, z is 1, x, y bar, z bar is 1. Okay, so we can group these together and this one together. So SOP expression is, so the common one is y dot, here there's no common one. Let's move to the next group. Here the common one is x. So this is the simplified expression. So that's the sixth one. So POS, even you all can get the answer. That's 0, 0, right? So x plus y, we are getting the same answer. Okay, commutative දෙපැත්ත මාරු කරපුවාම එහෙම නෙන්නේ. So that's the answer. Let's move to the seventh one. Now, seventh one is also, there is something new here. Now, this is a POS expression, right? Make a POS එකක් නේ. අර කලින් ඒවා ඔක්කොම අපි කරේ. Now, the next examples, next 4 examples will be done on the will be done with examples of POS, right? So in the POS expressions, now when it comes to the POS expressions, there is a different way that you are filling all the Karnaugh map, all the points in the Karnaugh map, and also you are filling with zeros, not ones, okay, when it comes to the POS. Now, still, the problem in here is this is not standardized, right? So how are we standardizing a POS expression? So in here, B is not there, right? So we can put B dot B bar. Why? How can we put it like that? So b dot b bar is equal to 0. So instead of having like a 0 in there, we are putting b dot b bar. That's completely fine, right? And instead of c, we can put c dot c bar. A plus B plus C. So how are we going to separate it? Just write them, write two of them, right? A plus B plus B method C. And then the next one is A plus B bar plus C. Okay, one B goes to here, one B goes to here. We are writing the same thing. Then this one even B plus C. So four sets are being created. Okay. So check whether there's anything common which you can remove. Seems like no, right? Now we are supposed to fill the Karnaugh map. A, B, C. Oh, sorry. It's not a 4 by 4 and it's 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. A bar, B bar, A bar, B, A, B, A, B bar, C bar, C. Now, here's the thing, guys. So remember, you should be very careful. Now, when we are taking this A, B, C, now since this is POS, we are supposed to get the negative side of that. So we should take A bar, B bar, C bar. Now, this is the position. Okay, normally it was this, right? A, B, C, this one. But since this is POS, we should take this position, A bar, B bar, C bar. Now, here, instead of A bar, right? And B bar, we are taking B. So instead of C, we are taking C bar. So this is the position. Instead of A bar, we are taking A. Instead of B, we are taking B bar. So here, instead of C, we are taking C bar, this position. And then instead of A bar, we are taking A. Instead of B, we are taking B bar here. Instead of C bar, we are taking C. So this is the simplified expression. Okay, so SOP of this one is, okay, not the SOP, we should take the POS, right? So A bar plus B A plus B. Okay. And we can consider the SOP as well. So these two, the common one is A bar dot C A B. This is the answer, right? Okay. So look at it very carefully. Hariyata aragana, try to understand it. Okay, how it was done, or else rewatch it once again. Okay. Then eighth one. A plus B bar plus C. A bar plus B plus C plus D. A C bar plus D. All right, we have to standardize this. This one doesn't have a D, right? So D dot D bar. This one is correct. So this one doesn't have a B. Then we separate it. A plus B plus C bar plus D, and A plus B bar plus C bar plus D. Okay, so A B C D 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 A bar B bar A bar B A B bar C bar D bar C bar D C D C D bar. Okay, so instead of A, we are taking A bar. Okay, check whether y'all can simplify this one. Is it possible to put idempotent? No, right? Seems like no. Okay, so instead of A bar, then B is considered, then C, this one. A bar is taken, B is taken, and then C and D, this one. A is considered, B bar is considered, and then C and D, this one. We are taking the opposite, right? So A bar, then B bar, C, C and D bar, this one. Then A bar, B, C, D bar. So this one, this is the position. So how can we group them? So we can group this one and this one, and this one is remaining. මෙහෙම බෑලම group කරන්න මේ දෙන්නේ බෑ. There should be 4 on all the 4 corners. හරි 4 ඒ කියන්නේ මේ පැති 4ම 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්න ඕනේ. So what is the answer here? POS, right? Common one is A plus C bar plus B. Then A plus B bar plus C. A bar plus B plus C plus D. Okay, so that is the 8th one. Let's move to the 9th one. Okay. right? Okay, we have to standardize this one as well. Okay, so now in here we got a duplicate, right? So this one and this one are the same. So y'all can, so idempotent A dot A is equal to A, right? So y'all can remove this one. You don't need it. Because fill in Karnaugh map again. Other than that, that's it, right? Okay. A bar, A instead of A bar, then B, C bar here. A bar, B here. A, B bar, C here. A, B, A, B, C here. A bar, B bar, C. This one. Okay. So when we group them together, what are we getting? So instead of C, we are putting this is POS expression. So instead of C, C bar, C bar. This is one dot the other group. We should consider the other group. So the common ones are A plus B bar. Now when it comes to the SOP expression, these two, right? This one and this one. What is the common one? A dot C bar plus this one. The common thing is B bar dot B bar. Okay, so that's the answer for the ninth one. Okay, let's check the final one. Especially in MCQs, right? So MCQ questions, do not waste time on these questions. Y'all, if you practice it properly, y'all can straight away get the answer. Okay. In the essay questions as well, sometimes you might get the simplification out of column, sometimes you may not. So, but it's better. Definitely you must be prepared. Okay. Then 10th one, YZ plus W bar X bar YZ bar plus W X bar YZ bar. Okay, now in this case, the problem is this one doesn't have both W and X, right? Now, this is an SOP expression. SOP is well together, W W is not there. Okay, we did the similar type of question in the fifth one as well. මෙයාට z ඉන්නවනේ x නෑ x plus x bar ටික ඒ විදියට නෙදී. So simplify these two first. Wx plus wx bar plus w bar x plus w bar x bar. So wx y bar z plus wx bar y bar z plus w bar x y bar z, right? So w x y by z plus w x bar y z bar plus w x bar y z bar. Okay. Now, which of them can we remove anything? Seems like no, right? Okay. So this is new, right? So method w na x na. So you have to write them both, get the simplification, get the full one, and then simplify it. Then you will get the standard 4. So w x y z 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. Okay. Wx y bar z. No, wait. Wx y bar z. This one. Wx bar y bar z. Oh, wait. Yeah, this one. W bar x. See, this is an SOP. That's why I'm filling it with ones. Wx y bar z. This one. W bar z bar y z. This one. W x bar y z bar. This one. Okay. So how can we group them? This one, and then you got a similar one in here. So SOP expression is, so the common one is x dot y by z plus w dot y by z plus x bar dot y z bar. Then POS expression 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, so we can group this one together. That is possible. And this one and this one together. Okay. This one together. Completely. And then finally, we can group this one together. So Here the common one is x, that means x bar plus. So bottom, the common one is z bar, that means z. And here, this side, there's no common, then y bar plus z bar. Then what is the group? Okay, this group is R, so y plus z. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one, 1, 4. Yeah, this group, w plus x plus. So below, vertically, y bar is common. That means y, since it is POS, right? Okay, so that concludes the 10 questions which I have planned for this session. So as I said earlier, if you all need me to do further more questions, okay, we'll be discussing in this series, we'll be discussing the past papers as well. But if you want need me to do further questions, or else if you need like questions to do at home, please y'all can leave a comment on this session. All right, so then let's wrap up this session and then let's meet on the day 5.